Hello, good day, everyone. This is Simplified Economics with Dr. Ibeimo Friday Cookie. Today, we are going to be discussing on exchange rate and balance of payment. We are going to be discussing on exchange rate and balance of payment with reference to the Nigerian economy. Yes, in our day-to-day activities, we have come to realize, especially the business class, that the Nigerian currency is a sort of nothing to write home about, if I may put it that way. And this has become a concern to everybody because one way or the other we all carry out some level of international trade. By that I mean that we are either buying or making use of goods and services that are produced by other countries. It is not a new thing that Nigeria, as it is today, import goods and services. In fact, a very recent research have shown that our dependence on imported goods and services is above 80%. That simply means that without the outside world, we will not be able to survive. That is the simple truth. But that is a discussion for another day. We are simply talking about exchange rate. Somebody will ask, what is exchange rate? Simply put, an exchange rate is comparing the value of one country to another. Comparing the value of a country's currency to another. So, when we say exchange rate in Nigeria, we are simply comparing the value of our currency, which is the naira, to any other currency in the world. And the common one that normally comes to play in this kind of discourse is the dollar. Why do we always emphasize the dollar? Because that is the currency of trade. We talk about the euro, we talk about the pounds. Those are the currencies of trade as far as the world economics is concerned, or the world economy is concerned. So, why is the dollar always ahead of the naira? Let me just put it in a very simplified way. Why is currently, as we speak now, the dollar, $1 is equal to 1,100 naira? Why is it so? That is the question that is bugging the minds of everyone. And let me just give you the simple answer. The truth of the matter is that because of our dependence on goods and services from outside the country, our local currency is not in demand. What did I say? Because we are depending on the products of outsiders. Our own local currency, which is in the naira, is not in demand anywhere across the globe. Today now you want to buy a phone. The phone comes from China. And the world currency of trade, let us use the dollar. For you to get a phone from China, you are going to change your currency, which is the naira, to that country's currency. But in most cases, all these goods and services that come from outside the country usually are denominated in the dollar. So if the phone you are about to buy is $100, it means that you are going to source using your domestic currency, the naira, to source for what? $100. And the $100 as it stands now is about 100 and 100 and let me just say 110,000 naira, if we are to go by the current rate, because a dollar is what? 1,100. So the demand and supply, in simple economics, demand and supply is what determines what? The scarcity and availability of product. Abi? That is the simple truth now. So if for every goods and services you are going to get from abroad, you must convert your naira to the dollar to be able to purchase that goods and services. It means that at every point in time, we are going to be looking for the dollar. The statistics I gave earlier states that 80-something% of what we consume, of what we use in this country, is what? Sourced or purchased from outside Nigeria. So the demand for the currency of trade, which is the dollar, is always what? In high demand, because without it we cannot survive. We must at every point in time change or convert our local currency naira to the dollar to be able to buy this suit I'm wearing, to be able to buy rice, which we are not exporting, to be able to buy biro, to be able to buy the fuel which we can produce from our country. We are importing it. So the demand for dollar is high, and in simple economics, when the demand for a product is high, what happens to the price? It goes up. So as far as we are looking for dollar at every point in time to be able to what? Get access to their products, to be able to buy the cars, the luxuries of this life. It is very good to have the luxuries of this life, but let us simply know that it is at the expense of our what? Currency, because they are not demanding for our currency for anything. Let's just say just the crude oil, that is the only thing they are getting from us. So because our primary sector, our agricultural sector, which is the real sector, our manufacturing sectors are not functioning, are not performing, they are not exporting. It is maybe the service sector. Service sector is when you talk about the service sector, you can only engage in the service sector when your prime is a support. Let me just put it that way. It's a support sector. What should contribute the mainstay of every economy, or should make you valuable, or make you what? Compete internationally, increase your level of participation at the international market, should be your primary sectors, the real sectors, the agricultural sector. What are we producing? If our primary product, which is for now the crude oil, we are not able to refine it to a finished good, that is simply an indices of what? Underdevelopment. When a country exports their primary products, it simply talks about your level of underdevelopment. As we are aware, petroleum, or rather the crude oil, the byproducts of crude oil, is over 4,000 products. We can get over 4,000 byproducts from crude oil. And so if we are able to refine the crude oil, it means that we are not only going to get the fuel which we are going to use in our generators and our cars and our engines and our whatever. We are going to get several other products I don't know if you have heard about Eleme Petrochemical. That used to be a very viable company, because part of the byproducts are the chemicals. Most of the pharmaceutical products we use, if you look at the containers of even the cosmetic products you are using, you see, when you look at their ingredients, you discover that petroleum products are also what part of those ingredients used in what producing those stuffs. So all these companies that would have also survived because of what the value chain, the production of fuel, or the production of the refining process would have made available, have all been what shipped. We have exported it to other countries. So they are making so much more from the crude oil we have exported to them, and then they only what sell us back the finished product at an exorbitant rate. So how would your country's currency, how would it be appreciable? So at every point in time, our country currency is depreciating while their own is appreciating. If Nigeria was a production economy, another way we can help to what boost our local currency is by devaluation. What is devaluation? Devaluation is simply devaluing the currency in with a fixed price to the dollar. If we say, okay, today we want to devalue our currency, please, our currency we are going to devalue, we are going to reduce the value of our currency and let it be a naira, sorry, $1 to 1,150 naira. That becomes an agreement, and for the period of that devaluation, that currency, the move up and down movement of the dollar will not change. The exchange will just remain like that. So if you are a production economy, what do we do? Because you have reduced the value of your currency, it means that something you are selling for 10 naira before now becomes 5 naira. So it gives an opportunity for outsiders to what begin to demand for your product, because you have reduced what the prices of your product. That is what it simply means. And why are you doing that? Is to what gain market, is to gain the market share, because there are so many other companies producing whatever you are producing. So when you do that, you are simply telling the world that yes, we are producing this thing at a cheaper rate, so please patronize us. So by the time other people, and mind you, like I said, for them to buy whatever you have produced from your currency, sorry, from your country, they must do what? Exchange their currency to your naira. So because you are now selling at a cheaper rate, everybody will now begin to look for naira. People are beginning to look for naira to be able to what? Buy your product. That is when the country is what? Producing. Please let us underline that word. So when they start buying from you, they will start demanding for your currency. The more they demand for your currency, the more your currency becomes scarce. Just the way we are looking for dollar everywhere, that it makes it become scarce. And mind you, because we have already pegged our naira to the dollar, which is international currency of trade. We will need our export. It will now boost our domestic export. It will boost our domestic market. It will boost our manufacturing industry. It will boost our agricultural industry, because we now have enough time we now have a comparative advantage, because we have the products, we have the natural resources which can be converted into finished goods and exported out to meet the needs of other countries. So that is the way to increase or to improve our exchange rate. Now let us also look at balance of payment. What is balance of payment? It's simply the difference between your exports and your import, the receipts between what you are spending out to get goods and services and what others are getting from you. So as far as the current day Nigeria is concerned, it simply means that what we are experiencing is what? Deficit balance of what? Payment. Because we are exporting less than what we import. So, what is the solution? You simply export more than what you import more. When you export more than what you import, then our deficit, because as it is now we are in deficit, our deficit will begin to go less until we get to an equilibrium level, which is at least what a country should be able to what experience. Balance of payment, or equilibrium balance of payment. But for countries like China, that is now the most viable economy in the world, they are, as far as economics is concerned, they are operating what? Surplus balance of payment. So, in this video, I've just told you why a country's currency is what is being devalued, why the exchange rate is not favorable to the Nigerian naira in comparison to the US dollar. It is simple. Your level of participation at the international market is what determines your currency. It will determine your exchange rate, and in this case Nigeria is a mono economy. What do I mean by mono economy? We have only one source of income, meaning that as it is now, if we don't sell crude oil, I wonder how many states can survive. What do? We don't diversify, we don't do anything, we only wait for the month to end, and then our governors will go to Abuja and share the money realized from what? Sale of what? Crude oil. They divide it into federal, state and local government. Even the money meant for local government too, states will definitely hijack it. So what kind of development do you expect from that kind of economy? That is the simple question. So like I have said, we need to what? Improve our domestic market. And when you improve your domestic market, definitely your ways of production, your what do we call it? The dependency theory, or the modernization theory will begin to have effect, because the more you produce, the more you want to make it better than the one you have done earlier. So you are going to what? Look for a better way of what? Production, which will usher in what? Technology. Revolution in technology, which will also usher in innovation, better means of producing a thing efficiently with what? Minimal cost. Because we already have the raw materials, we are already at what? Comparative advantage level. So in my next video, we are going to discuss the solution to the deficit balance of payment experience we are having now. We are going to look at them one by one, what we can do to get out of this quagmire that we are in. But until we begin to have a good governance, to look at this deficit, to look at what the causative factors of this deficit, I'm sorry to say, the dollar will continue to rise and our currency will continue to depreciate. That is the truth of the matter. Thank you very much, and God bless you.